The Screwtape Letters, a book by C.S. Lewis, unveils a series of secret correspondence between a senior demon, Screwtape, and his neophyte tempter and nephew, Wormwood. Lewis uses a type of reverse theology to warn Christians against diabolical temptation strategies. The following account illustrates how Screwtape might utilize the darker sides of the internet to entrap young Christian men. My dear Wormwood, for your careful review, I have outlined below our strategies for destroying both the faith and future marriages of millions of young men. Destroy this secret message immediately after reading it. This classified material comes from the lowest regions. In this new millennium, we must bring our master plan to completion by utilizing the Internet's special viewing opportunities. Already we have spiritually neutralized millions of the enemy's men with these special views. Over the next few years, we can surely turn millions more into spiritual midgets, whom we can then manipulate at will. It is most encouraging that the Internet's special viewing has ensnared so many millions of Christian men. These fools think there is no harm in a few swipes on their smartphones, or a few clicks to dirty websites. Little do they know that we can't wait to use their growing viewing habit to drive a wedge between them and the enemy. They'll gradually descend to us as they grow to hate both the supreme enemy and even their future spouses. You see, the delightful byproduct of the special viewing addiction is that it is so effective in creating turmoil in those contemptible human relationships. Many young men will not even be interested in pursuing marriage since they have already said, "I do," to our virtual delights. What's more, they'll be buried underneath mountains of their own shame. They will eventually despise their very selves. Their disgrace and humiliation resulting from non-stop viewing use will convince them that they are truly unlovable. This is the opportune moment to strike them with condemnation, subtly confirm their judgment against themselves, thereby permanently driving them far away from the enemy's camp. Any man convinced that he is unlovable is ours, and thus immune from any enemy advances. When we have finished bombarding them with waves of condemnation, they will call themselves Despicable Me. Just think. These slimy creatures that the enemy wanted to exalt and glorify above the angels and archangels are now groveling in the slime of their sin, hopeless of any so-called redemption. Of course, spreading the worldwide flood of special viewing images at the speed of light is a vital part of the final phase of our overall plan. The fools still don't realize that the technological temptations are waging war against their very souls, bringing to completion a very long campaign to destroy the faith. Our goal is to use virtual views to darken the minds of men so that they can no longer reason properly. Like a rheostat being turned down, their world eventually becomes dark, just the way we like it. Be aware that the final pages of the enemy's book warn them of our virtual strategies to inebriate the world with sexual immorality. That utterly dreadful conclusion of the enemy's book called Revelation warns of our plans when it says, "The wine of whose fornication the dwellers on earth have become drunk." Some in the enemy's camp know that the word fornication is from a Greek word, which is a term for all types of sexual immorality. The Internet's special viewings has given us the perfect delivery system to bring the modern world into our camp. With the advent of smartphones and tablets, the spread of special views has gone beyond our most diabolical dreams. With abandon, the nations are consuming the wine of impure passion. By the way, my warning about the closing chapters of the enemy's book is the only section of my letter that isn't classified, since it was revealed over 2,000 years ago. There's no need to fear discovery, since men don't bother reading that stupid book anymore. The enemy's book universally collects dust. It's generally more secure than a secret vault. It is imperative that you scramble any efforts to organize support groups for men, thwart any attempts to allow young Christian men to gather informally to assist each other in freeing themselves from our work. Just let the poor devils struggle alone. Though, of course, we know that they are not alone in their special viewing habit, don't we? Finally, we must keep up our guard against the head of that family, the man called Joseph. Never forget how the head of that loathsome family was used by the enemy to ruin our dear servant Herod's plans to kill the so-called Holy One. There are centuries-old rumors from the upper regions that the head of that family will be brought into service at a critical time in history. The last thing we want is a repeat of the 1st century. It has taken immense effort, but we have managed to thoroughly confuse modern men, and much of the church, about the meaning of true manhood and masculinity. We need impure men to continue leading the culture towards our regions. We must keep young men from contact with the head of that family, so that they don't have any effective models of manly purity and righteousness. Yet we need to be realistic in our strategies. If we cannot keep men away from the unmentionable one, then at least we can chip away at some of the truth to keep things manageable for us. Keep their beliefs abstract. Men look up to tangible role models. Just be sure they don't discover the enemy's perfect model for manhood and family life, or our plans will get derailed. We can never hope to lead young men who are devoted to that so-called just man deeper into the depraved delights of these special views. Yours, diabolically, Screwtape. Visit BibleForCatholics.com for a free download of Young Men Breaking Free, 12 Steps to Sexual Purity. It's designed to assist in breaking or preventing a sexual immorality habit. Whether you're struggling yourself or know someone who is, it's a tool for friends to help friends.